is Mike Alexander, and I'm one of the founding members of the Board of Directors of St. Monica Academy. And we first came together in around, year 2000 or so. I've been in touch with a lot of folks who had children in Catholic schools who had experienced different kinds of problems with mostly Catholic schools. There were a lot of parents who wanted more and different things. They wanted a more orthodox religious formation, and they were also looking for a more demanding and classical curriculum. They were looking for better education. And frankly, a lot of folks just were not finding this in their various experiences.
From our perspective as parents, first of all, it was simply the best school in this general Southern California area from the standpoint of the academics that we were interested in. The language, literature, the emphasis on rigor, which was our main concern. Because actually, when we came to the school, we were not looking at it from a religious standpoint. That wasn't our primary consideration, as it is for a lot of families, but that wasn't the way we were looking at it. We were just looking for a good school, and this was the kind of school that we had been looking for actually for a long time, even before we had kids. It was the kind of education we were interested in, that we thought was best at forming the intellect as well as the character of young people.
It was just a question of emphasis. So some of them were desirous of doing something different for cultural and religious reasons, and others, the dominant factor was the education. But ultimately, they were just about the same. They wanted a new educational experience. And when we started interviewing the original faculty here, we did not conduct a normal screening. We not only required teaching excellence, but the teachers really needed to love the kids. They need to love children the way we love children. They're not objects to be moved around. They're the little people that we care very, very much about. And when people come down here and see the children, they enjoy it. And I've brought any number of people over here to St. Monica's over the years, and they look at the kids out there, they look good, they're smart, they're learning at schools. Everybody says, hey, that's what I want for my kid.
My husband attended one first meeting, and when he came back home, he just told me if what they're planning to do is going to be a reality, we must take the risk and try.
They wanted a conventional grammar school experience that worked for them, and that was the genesis of the founding. That's what propelled everybody. And over the last many years, you have a huge unmet demand for this. The country could use hundreds of St. Monicas. It is quality educational experience. The fact is that the parents run the school, and the board members run the school. The board of directors, the management was going to determine what was going to be taught and how it was going to be taught. This school is not run by teachers, it's not run by faculty. It's run by the board of directors, and that's different from a lot of schools, where the teachers and the faculty kind of govern apart from the parents, and the parents have no direct role in the ownership of the school or its operation. And that is, after all, a perfect definition of a public school, a perfect definition of the average Catholic school. It is run by the bishop and the pastor and his employee. So there is a problem where the ordinary Catholic school management model just doesn't work for parents. There's actually no legal or organizational way for parents to have the same impact on the school that they have here. And that's unique, and that's what's different about St. Monica's.
And we looked at St. Monica, and Soli came for a day. And I can remember when he came, actually, he came home and I said, well, Soli, was it any different from your school? And he said, Oh, Dad, totally different. I said, well, how is it different? Oh, totally, just totally different. You know, kids are like that. That's his age, you know that. So I said, well, give me an example. He says, well, Dad, he says, they don't swear.
I've been a priest now for 16 years. I've worked at 4 different parishes and 4 different schools, 4 different Catholic elementary schools, as well as been associated with several private Catholic schools and public schools. The children at St. Monica's Academy, I've always seen as very unique. Not that the children of the other schools are not good. They are. They're very good, and I've been very proud of the children of those schools. But something about the kids here that is very unique. First off, it's a very welcoming environment. The kids here are very polite. They are kind. They show charity. They're not shy. And one of the very best things about coming to the school is the children are very approachable, and they approach you, and they say, how can we help? Welcome, Father. All these things. It's a whole different spirit that you don't find in many other places. This has very much a family, a very community spirit in the school.
I would say across the board, St. Monica graduates come from St. Monica's with an ability to really read and understand a text. So whether we've had our graduates go into all different kinds of areas like nursing or engineering or graphic design or liberal arts, classical studies, all of them have this ability to read a text and go for the deeper meaning. So for example, in many places, students that are technically good at reading a work like Beowulf will be able to identify all the kennings and the literary devices and tell you it's about a monster, but they may miss the whole point of why the work was written and what it was trying to say.
People misinterpret that easily. They think, everyone can think, right? Sure, but not everyone can think well. Just like your basketball skills, any other skill in life, you have to practice it well. You can't just shoot from the hip and end up in a place where you actually have a trained mind.
And I think that is the strength of St. Monica graduates, and it's what keeps them interested in learning, because everything they read, everything they learn, the way they're living their lives has a deeper meaning, and that makes life interesting and learning interesting.
The advantage, I think, of a general and a classical education is that it focuses on that area where it focuses on critical thinking skills, and the kind of things which will help you no matter what area you go into.
The people that are leaving St. Monica after this curriculum and this environment, in a word, apostles, right? Apostles, those who are sent out. The graduates of St. Monica Academy are those who are going to have an impact upon our country, our society, and the church at large, being a great witness of faith, reason.